Sultan is one of those weekend warriors, everyday heroes. Because if you look at it, it's subtle. It's cheap. It's only 25 grand in fact. There's no flashy arrow, but it's 4-wheel drive, it's got 4 doors, and it can also, if you're not picking up the kids, do this. Yes, this has a twin-turbocharged V6, making over 300 horsepower, and it is seriously shifty for an everyday family car. I mean, you wouldn't expect it, and it just blitzes everything. It's brilliant. But did you know that this is actually a relatively tame version of the Sultan? Because in the mid-1990s, they made the Origin. It's got a twin-turbocharged 3.5-liter V6. It's got crazy aerodynamics that function. It has a cabin stripped of bare essentials. And when I say stripped of bare essentials, I mean it. The air conditioning is optional. There are no electric windows or any kind. It is a bare bones racing car, really. And, well, why? Because it is the closest thing that you can get to a road-legal WRC car. Yeah. And that means it is rather quick in the corners. Its complex 4-wheel drive system puts 35% to the front, 65% to the rear, and that means it is quite an oversteery car, but you have control. It's very analog. It feels like a 90s supercar, that's what it is, and because it sort of is. It wasn't as fast. It's a good thing we have rally suspension on this car, or else we would have shattered it. It's used to that, though. This thing is brilliant. It feels like I'm physically connected to the car. There's no fancy computers telling me how to do this. It's just me and the car. And that is something you don't get very often anymore. It really is a hardcore rally car for the road. They sold them like crazy. But here's the question. If we compare it to the modern day Sultan, what if we do that? Now to do that, I need the top of the line Sultan. The near enough 500 horsepower Sultan RS. This is basically a supercar version of the Sultan, 2 doors, and we're going to do it as a proper Sultan test on a rally stage. Right. I'm lighter. I have 150 more horsepower than the old Sultan, and it is still 4-wheel drive. Oh, that's fast. Yeah, go up here. Ugh. The suspension, though, is not designed for this, but it doesn't matter because, my God, this is fast, and this is frightening. I'll be honest, this is frightening on dirt. Ugh. It's just sideways everywhere, and the speed is just stupendous, and the bumps are in this vehicle anyway are terrible. Ugh. It just jostles you about like mad. Ugh. Ugh. This is not really the ideal location for this Sultan RS, I'll be honest. They kind of forgot the whole rallying roots of this vehicle when they built it. It's terrifying, and yet you have just enough confidence to absolutely chuck it about. And then you have some really tight technical sections. The turning radius leaves a lot to be desired. It could use a better steering rack, I'll be honest, in this new one. But it's fine. You made it through, no issues. This is really white knuckle, I'll be honest. But we're almost done. We got 2 more corners left to go, really. And we get on the straightaways, and that power is just brutal. And now we get into the real technical section, the final section. You gotta do a little bit of like autocross style here. And you just rip the handbrake power, there we go. 1 more corner to go, and we are across the line. Let's get out of this car. Right. It's time for the old guard. This car is almost 30 years old now. And I have a suspicion it might do rather well. Lighter, it's only 2,800 pounds. Let's see how it goes. Not as quick of a launch, that is to be expected. What I am expecting though is, yes, better through the bumps. And a bit of oversteer, I feel it there. Quite a bit of oversteer on the rear end. But, through the bumps. This is brilliant. It feels like a rally car and it sounds like a rally car. I have so much more confidence in this car. I'm not constantly being feared of, bottoming out, crashing into stuff. I mean, it's so much more control, and it still has almost 300 horsepower, you know? It's mental how good this thing is on the dirt. I was driving on the tarmac and it felt like a sports car. This feels like a proper rally car with license plates. Yes, you got a hairpin, nicely done, no oversteer at all. That's some oversteer, ignore that. Just get on the gas, there we go. And then brake late because of those incredible rally brakes with the very lightweight nature of this car. I mean, just chuck it around, the turning radius is good. Yes, it has very quick steering, and that means we can go across the line. Oh, that was a lot more, manageable than the RS, I'll tell you that. Not quite as terrifying. And the result is probably as you would have expected. The proper, no strings attached rally car for the road was a second faster. Exactly, in fact. And even if it wasn't faster, I would still say this is the better car. Not only is it more controllable, not only is it better looking in my opinion, it has more history. This won the World Rally Championship twice, and you basically could buy the rally car that won on the showroom floor. Now sure, it's not quite a Sultan if you ask me, where it's a subtle weekend warrior that can embarrass sports cars, but I don't care. And it's one of my favorite cars I've ever driven.